You're listening to the What the Wrestling Podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD.
Oh, you already know what time it is. Welcome, like Resident Evil 4, welcome to What the Wrestling. I am your host, RJD. Monday Night Raw still sucks. NXT got me a little interested. We gonna get into all of that. Man, I missed you guys. Look at the screen, please. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Welcome to What the Wrestling once again. I am RJD's. Pay attention because our screen has changed. Yes, What the Wrestling. Follow me, RJD. Instagram, RJD10K. RJD699 on the Twitter. RJD199 on Snapchat. Most importantly, follow What the Wrestling on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Everything is all good. It feels good to be back. We're going to be adding some new stuff to the stream. Had to fix up the comp. Had to take some mental health days. But I'm back. I'm good. It's all good. I missed you guys. Let's go. Yes, yes, yes. 'Tis I, RJD here. Welcome to What the Wrestling. I am going to be running down Monday Night Raw, NXT 2.0. We got AEW tonight, as always. Man, it's a beautiful thing. So as you can see, kind of switch the camera angle a little bit. I will be tweaking. Drop that, drop that, drop that. I will be tweaking just a couple of things. I am still bald and sexy. Yes, I will be. Yes, I know I got rid of the beard, but the beard's coming back. The beard is coming back. Had to clean it up a little bit, though. But we back, man. Listen. A lot has been going on. There's been a lot of news, a lot of stuff going on with WWE. A lot of stuff going on with AEW. But I know last week I was virtually non-existent. But no worries. I'm back. It's all good. So sorry to you guys who missed me, but I'm back. You know, things happen. We're not going to sit here. We're not going to sit here and dwell on it. Just know things happen. And listen, I'm fine with it. But I missed you guys. I'm back. Thank you guys for the people who did check up on me and make sure I was straight. I'm straight. It's all good. Catch me on RJD TV as well. We return to the land of Hyrule doing some Zelda shrines tonight. But we are not here to talk about Zelda.
Surprise, motherfucker.
We are here to talk about WWE. And Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw. We had some things that I did like on this show. We had some things that I didn't like. One of the things I did not like was Edge and The Miz. The Miz has returned. And Edge returns again. Edge is always returning. He's been going for a while. Edge has a lot of potential people that he could feud with. And I am going to jump around a little bit, so just bear with me. Edge is, I think, this run that Edge is having with the matches he's putting on and the stories he's telling, one of the best runs of his career, if not the best. There was a brief run in there with John Cena that he had that I really did like. But Edge is back again, and I think he could feud with a bunch of people. You know, Lashley's not doing nothing right now. Finn Balor right now is like in the middle of doing nothing. But he brought up several people in this promo that he could feud with, and The Miz was one. The Miz was not one of them. And then the Miz music hits and says, "Awesome!" I gotta get that soundbite. So The Miz was like, "Awesome." Here comes Maurice and The Miz. I was like, "Oh shit, Maurice is back. That's awesome." I think they did just have another baby, if I'm not mistaken. Recently, maybe 6 months ago, 7 months ago, whatever. Doesn't matter. He was on Dancing with the Stars. He didn't make it very far, but that's okay. He went out there, he tried it, he did his thing. But he took exception to not being on Edge's list, and Edge said, "Listen, you were out there dressing like a genie and dancing, and you came in ninth place, which is not good." The Miz blames the fans for not voting for him. You know, you got to bury the fans. And, you know, Edge built them up, but Edge definitely did tear him down. Edge said the Miz accused him of trying to get into the main event picture by feuding with him. And the Miz says he surpassed Edge a long time ago. Don't know about that. But he wants to fight Edge. Edge was like, "You know what? Let's go." But the Miz took off his jacket, hightailed it out of there, and walked away. Now listen, I'm going to keep it a buck. Edge, great talker. Miz, great talker. So let's not sit here and cap and say that these guys can't talk or anything like that, because that would be a lie. And we all know both of these guys know how to cut a promo. So I'm not going to sit here and basically
Stop the cap.
say they can't cut a promo. What I will say is I didn't like that it came off with them looking like AEW. And I hate when AEW does things that look like WWE, and I hate when WWE does things that look like AEW. Here's my point. MJF and CM Punk cut one hell of a promo with each other, going in on each other. Excuse me. Literally just last week. Having the same talking points. Hey, when you came in, you named everybody that you wanted to fight, but you didn't name MJF. Hey, you named a bunch of people you wanted to fight because you're returning again, and you didn't say The Miz. Come on, man. That's blatant. That's blatant. And there was another line in here that was blatantly taken from AEW. That to me is corny. Like, it's one thing if you take something, a match style, or you take a finish that happened from each other, but taking the exact same talking points from a promo from a literally 7 days ago is whack. That's whack. Now, don't get me wrong, the segment was fine. I just didn't like the way it was executed. Both of these guys are excellent talkers. You couldn't get them to talk about anything else to build the feud. You had to pencil in those lines. Come on, man. That's whack. That's whack. And that screams uncreativity. It screams it. And that's one of the problems I have with WWE is they're not creative. Like, not even a little bit. And it sucks that they're not creative because I think they can be. They really want it to be.
you dumb, stupid, or dumb, huh?
Why would you take the same promo they just cut, and basically do it again? Same talking points. Come on, man.
Stop the cap.
That sucked. But good promo, good talking points. I'm surprised that Edge and Finn Balor are the ones getting the nod, because Edge could be feuding with so many different people, but they chose to put him with Finn, which is weird as hell. I mean, Finn Balor. Edge and The Miz. What the hell am I talking about? They could have put him with Balor. They could have put him with anybody else. I would love to see Edge and Finn Balor go at it. Two excellent professional wrestlers. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this segment. I know I didn't like certain aspects of it, but it was a good segment overall, so I'm not going to completely shit on it. But to come back and fight The Miz, could have had something a little bit more high profile than that. I'm just saying. Finn Balor then came out. Finn Balor started the show with Seth Rollins. Rollins came out dancing. I know he's getting a title shot soon. He revealed the graphic for a decent crowd, marked out for a little bit. So, day one, he gets a title shot. But until then, Finn Balor comes out and they have themselves a good old-fashioned wrestling match. The end came when, after the commercial break, they had a coup de grace attempt. Excuse me. Coup de grace attempt. Finn Balor misses it. There was a superplex into a Falcon Arrow for a 2 count. As always, Seth Rollins came and hit the stomp after he countered the 1916, and he got the win. This was a good match. Short, sweet, to the point. Two excellent professional wrestlers doing professional wrestling things. Awesome. Next, we had Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan signing a contract. Becky Lynch basically did more of the same, taunted her, said she wasn't good enough. But then Liv Morgan insulted her by showing her crying after her emotional win over Charlotte. Now, she's drawing from real life because her and Charlotte were genuinely best friends. They grew apart, shit happens, and then that whole fiasco happened with the belt, and now they hate each other. So, it is what it is, but they were about to throw down after the cheap shot by Liv Morgan. Sonya got in the middle of them to prevent a fight, but she said, you know what? I was going to give you an opportunity to see what happens, but you know what? If you could beat me, you want to be such a leader, you get your 5 women, I'll get 5 women, and you know what? I'll divvy up the teams. 10-woman tag team match later on in the show. That was granted. That was all she wrote. This felt like a cheap shot from Liv Morgan, even though I liked it. Kept me interested. I like Liv Morgan. I think Liv Morgan's one of the most improved wrestlers. I actually think her and Becky are going to have a good match. And I hope they do have a good match. Looking forward to it. RK Bros versus the Dirty Dogs. We have more Matt Riddle putting basically a wig on Randy Orton, saying, "Bro, I could be like you. We could dress alike, bro." He said, "You got 2 seconds to take this shit off my head." And he took his head off before he shot him. And and that was all she wrote. Gave him the death stare. This was a solid match as always. 4 guys who know how to wrestle. Riddle got the hot tag. Went wild on both people. Orton was ready to tag in. They tried to do double RKOs. Got countered. But after another counter, Dolph Ziggler hit the zigzag for a 2 count. Orton able to reverse the next couple of moves with an RKO. Got the win. Good stuff. Love these 2 guys together. Next, we had AJ Styles backstage with fake blinding glasses, shades, talking about the Street Profits. And the Street Profits had a match with Alpha Academy with AJ and Omos out there as well. The end came when Otis and Gable ran into the barricade, but Ford took both men out, diving from the apron. Styles tried to interfere, but Montez kicked AJ off the apron, hit Gable with a huge frog splash in which he bounced and flipped over. That was kind of cool. And got the win. Very short match, but did its job. Damian Priest versus Apollo. He beat Apollo Crews with the Reckoning. Decent match here. Nothing wrong with that. Mysterios versus Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. Another short match. Father and son duo position both men for a double 619 before Dominic hit the frog splash for the win. Bobby Lashley probably will be beating them next week, killing both of them in the process. Then we had the 10-woman tag match. We had 10-woman tag. We had Dana Brooke, Bianca Belair, Nikki Ash, Rhea Ripley, and Liv Morgan versus Becky Lynch, Carmella, Queen Zelina, Doudrop.
Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? Huh?
And Tamina. I still hate that name. Don't care what nobody says. The end came when Tamina tried to get at Liv Morgan, but she countered it, kicked her into the ropes, and hit her finisher, her on the rope finisher. I forget what it's called. It's like a through the rope, backwards face plant. And this was good. We had Rhea Ripley in there kicking ass, Bianca Belair in there kicking ass. This was a good match, and I look forward to see what they do with some of these feuds going forward. I definitely like the fact that they're using all their women. Just looking at this women's division, I mean, it could be better, but they got some women in there who could do the damn thing. So I'm definitely gonna move this up the next time. The mic won't be this far back, but definitely got some women in there who could do the damn thing. They just need to put some heat behind them and make sure they do what they have to do, because they should be a lot better. They do have women that can wrestle in this division. Big E versus KO. Seth Rollins came out there to talk his junk. Basically, earlier in the night, Kevin Owens said, "Listen, if I think he said if I beat Big E, I'm gonna get added to the match." Seth Rollins went to Adam Pearce. They had it back and forth, and then the match proceeded to commence as the main event of the night. So the end came when Owens got a couple of more near falls. Big E started to come around, hit him with a huge, he was hit with a huge super kick. KO left the ring and attacked Seth Rollins I think that was after he did a cannonball. And then he was trying to get Big E disqualified, but Seth Rollins basically came in, took him down with a clothesline. Rollins lost. He lost his mind. And after that, he went after KO, caused the DQ. And because of that, now KO is added to the WWE title match, which is great. It's a triple threat match now. So nothing wrong with there. This is great. These two are great. Love Seth Rollins in the middle of this. This is A-OK. So nothing more to say about this. All they need to do is keep up the good work and they will be all right. Like I said, Raw has some good spots. Raw has some bad spots, but all in all, it was all right. NXT. So we had a War Games Advantage ladder match. Kaylee Ray versus Dakota Kai. They had themselves an awesome fucking match. Kaylee Ray beats Dakota Kai to earn the advantage in the War Games match for her team. The end came when Kaylee Ray climbed the ladder, gave Kai enough time to catch up. They traded forearms at the top, but Dakota Kai jumped off and hit her with a double stomp instead of going for the win. Now, that was stupid, but the next time they went up there, Kaylee Ray runs up. It's a super kick that knocked out Dakota Kai. Then she climbed the ladder and got the briefcase. Good. This was a good ladder match. Good back and forth stuff. That was that. Cameron Grimes versus Andre Chase. Very short squash match. Nothing wrong with that. Then they went on to promote their hair versus hair match. But showing a Photoshop of Grimes, I mean, he's Hudson was basically like, listen, this is how I'm going to make you look. I'm going to take all your hair, I'm going to take your beard, I'm going to take everything. And he looked crazy with no hair. Cameron Grimes did. It proved its point. Cool, no problem. Braun Breaker and Johnny Gargano. Well, Braun Breaker then went out there with everybody else. They had the 5 men who are the 4 men competing in War Games along with Trick Trick. They were all out there cutting promos on the new school versus the old school, which is basically, this is what this is. This is the old era of NXT versus the new era of NXT. And then Johnny Gargano comes out, interrupts them, tells Braun Breaker it's because of guys like him that those guys in the ring are able to even exist. It's because of guys like him that NXT even exists, which is very true. Because if it wasn't for Triple H's vision of NXT, NXT wouldn't even be where it is right now. So he says, listen, I left my squad in the back. Leave your squad in the back. We'll have a match man to man. Braun Breaker agreed, and we had a match. That was your main event. We had a number 1 contender, Legado del Fantasma, versus Kyle O'Reilly and Von Wagner. Kyle O'Reilly and Wagner win with the finisher that Kyle O'Reilly had with the Undisputed, the clothesline leg sweep. And Imperium backstage was not impressed by this new tag team and said that they were going to win at War Games. This was good. A good match for Kyle O'Reilly. I don't expect them to get the tag team titles, but I will say that it's going to be an excellent professional wrestling match because Imperium is great. They are great in the ring. Joe Gacy hosts an all-inclusive invitational. This was meh. He beat a local competitor by pinfall. Second one went to a no contest. A fight broke out between Gracie and Roderick Strong that ended in Gracie's handspring springboard clothesline before Harlan pulled his guy to safety. So this was okay. I don't really like Joe Gacy. Doesn't resonate with me. Not my thing. But not gonna shit all over the guy. Just wasn't my thing. Solo Sika beat Idris and Foe. And then Boa attacked him after the match. Solo fought him off. And the two guys shared a mutual respect. So, seems like they're bringing Solo Sika along slow. The younger Uso, they're bringing him along slowly, which is fine by me. So, listen, Solo's gonna be a star. Don't rush the kid. Let him do what he does. He's gonna be a big badass real soon. We had Indy Hartwell and Persia Pereira versus Valentina and Yulisa Leon. This was okay. Pereira, can never pronounce his damn name. Parada hit an F5 for the win. Good for her. Then we had a War Games Advantage ladder match, which was your main event of the evening. Johnny Gargano versus Braun Breaker. This match was the best thing on the show. It was crazy. Braun Breaker at one point hit a Hurricane Run, Frankensteiner off the top rope. Craziness, pure craziness. He's a big dude. Johnny Gargano is Johnny Wrestling. The end came when Gargano and Breaker went to the top of the ladder. Gargano hit him in the face with the briefcase before Gargano reached up and tried to grab it. Breaker pulled him down for a military press power slam, which allowed him to go to the top and win the briefcase. So they will have the advantage in the ladder map. That is how the show went off the air. Braun Breaker standing tall. Good for him. Can't wait to see what they do. But we will see what happens with this show on Sunday. I will be doing a predictions video this week, most likely on Friday, so look out for that. I'm back, baby. I'm back, smoothing out some kinks. We will get back to brass tacks. But in the meantime, everybody be safe. This is RJD signing out. Deuces.
Perfect.
Dom DeMarco.